to the Big 12 on ESPN. Arizona and Arizona State, 2 rotations in. We got a tight meet. Just about a .4 difference between score averages between these teams in the season so far. Emily White, key part of what will ultimately be the cumulative score today for Arizona State, because she'll be in the all-around. So impressive with her gymnastics, so impressive away from gymnastics. Just a really, really cool story.
Emily just does gymnastics so beautifully, and when I say that, she has this almost European style all the way from her fingertips to her toes, especially on a balance beam. Every single element you'll see, it just flows into the next. There's no breaks, there's no question in her abilities. I mean, she really is just confident in her gymnastics.
She wasn't very highly recruited out of high school either, just worked so hard in her consistency. Recently got into med school as well. Seal Beach, California native, doing good things again today. And now, over the last few years, Jay Santos and this group, he was 2-time Pac-12 Coach of the Year for a reason. The consistency has been there. You see some of the accolades in recent years: 3 NCAA regional finals in the last 4, top 25 the last 4 years. Nia Smith was the 2024 NCAA vault runner-up. He's really building something that can grow here.
He is, and now being in the Big 12, this is a huge opportunity, not only to get that exposure, but he's been on the rise for years. So this is huge for not just the program, but these athletes as a whole. They have so much talent, and now they get to showcase it.
Well, Bridget, we always said those first 2 rotations seem to fly by, but we got ourselves a good meet today, fittingly so, with the rivals going head-to-head. Arizona on the floor, Arizona State on the beam when we come back. Two opponents that know each other well, Arizona and Arizona State. See, after the second rotation, Arizona leading by a slim margin there, .350. You head into the third rotation. Still a lot to be decided here in Tempe. Arizona will be on the floor. Arizona State will be on the beam. Bridget, so far, your impressions of this meet, everything we thought it would live up to?
Absolutely. It's been exciting. Not only is it a close rivalry meet, but athletes are really being tested. Arizona State had to make a quick change. I'm impressed with what they've been able to do with the changes, and I really think balance beam is a great event for them, so I'm excited to see them.
First time we've said Kayla Lee's name today. She will lead off on the beam. Scottsdale native.
Kayla led off last weekend, went 9.85, which is a really nice lead-off score, especially on balance beam. Good control there.
This is her favorite event.
Triple series here, handspring, layout, step out. Slight dip in that right shoulder, recovers very well. This is a great angle to see a acro series. Feet jump to sheep jump, really nice job on that. Sheep jump, she lost view of the beam in the middle of that jump. And the dismount, 1.5. Tiny hop on the landing, but a really nice start for Kayla and this Arizona State team. And I know she loved balance beam, and right here, this is a back handspring layout, step out, and that right shoulder, you saw that dip just a little bit, causing that little balance break. Does a nice dismount of a 1.5, almost stuck at just the tiniest shuffle backwards.
Lichman will follow her up, but for now, our first floor routine of the afternoon, Elizabeth LaRusso to lead it off for the Wildcats.
Big first stumbling pass here. It's a front double twist. Little stumble on that landing. Elizabeth went 9.775 in this leadoff position in the previous meet, so she likes to be in this leadoff. Beautiful second pass, that combination 1.5 to layout, setting the tone for this floor rotation. Final pass for Elizabeth. It's a front 1.5 twist. Excellent job on that landing. Great control. Nice start for Arizona on floor. And this first pass, it's a front double twist and just doesn't get the height that she needs. Ends up just having a little stumble on that landing, but gets it back and really finishes that routine well.
Haven't looked at our points of emphasis on beam yet today. Bridget, what are you looking for here?
We're looking for the dance and acro skills. I'll say acro series a lot, which is the flipping and then the connections. You want to see those arms continue to move, and of course balance. You want to have balance on balance beam and minimize any balance breaks.
Seeing Caroline Lichman today on vault and beam.
Series very well done. Handspring layout step out.
Former walk-on. Just cracking the lineup really this year.
So far, really nice job coming after Kayla's 9.75. Nice combination there. So you saw her arms, they continued to move. There was no break, no pause in that connection. Just the dismount. Hop on the 1.5, but really nice job. Again, you mentioned a walk-on in the beam lineup. Really exciting job.
Now over to the floor. Still awaiting that score from Elizabeth LaRusso. You see Ali Fear is getting ready to go, but your points of emphasis here.
On floor, they're looking for difficult passes. We want to see the big tumbling, and presentation is key. A lot of athletes can do really big tumbling, so what sets them apart is their dance elements, their presentation in their choreography, and of course, judges are looking for good landings. Now, when they get to the lunge position, that is not a deduction as long as that front foot does not come up off the floor. First pass. Very nice. Round off to 2.5 twist. Presentation so far, just a fun routine. And it looked like she went out of bounds there.
Take a look at the first pass.
This is a round off. No back handspring needed. 2.5 twists. And this last pass here, it's a round off, 1.5 into a front full. And we're gonna take another look at that front foot. That was very close. So the gymnasts need to stay on the blue, on the floor exercise. I didn't see a flag go up though.
Chloe Siaga up on the beam for Arizona State here. A couple of 9.750s to begin this rotation for Arizona State from Lichman and Lee.
Little step back there on her acro series. As a handspring relay, help step out. Nice leap combination there. Great height on that switch leap into her switch side. Oh, and a fall on her side aerial. Has to get it back here, finish the routine as strong and as confidently. And the dismount, gainer pike off the end. Really nice routine up to that side aerial. And we're gonna take another look here. Great angle. Again, you saw those hips start to turn, and the key on a side aerial, as soon as your feet hit, you wanna square up your hips as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, she just couldn't get it back, which led to the fall.
Our next TGL match is tomorrow night here on ESPN and ESPN Plus at 6:30 Eastern as Tiger and the 0-1 Jupiter Lynx take on Rory and the Boston Common. We're playing their first match. That is Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Aubrey Kronfeld coming up on the floor now for Arizona.
Aubrey's capable of a big score here. She went 9.925 last week, and you'll see why. She opens with a huge double pike. Gorgeous landing there. Combination pass. 1.5 front layout. Little side step there on the landing. Final pass. Round off backhand from double tuck. Very well done. Saved that landing on that last pass, but really nice job for Aubrey. Take another look at this first pass. She opens up with a double pike. Gets great height here. Opens up, finds that landing, and gets right to that lunge. And you see right here, those shoulders continue going backwards, and that front foot starts to come up.
Freshman from Mesa competing in her first time in this rivalry. Didn't look like a freshman there. Now it's Kimmy Smith coming up here on beam for Arizona State.
Kimmy coming after a fall. Can be really challenging coming after a fall. We guarantee hits on these next 3. Kimmy so far doing a great job.
Her best scores earlier this week were on bars and beam. Again, won the all-arounds in their meet earlier this week.
Switching into that straddle quarter. All that's left is this dismount. Round off 1.5 twist. Slight hop on the landing, but getting this Arizona State team back on track, coming after a fall. It can be really mentally challenging, but Kimmy showcasing that she's a true competitor and a veteran on this event. Take a look at this split. Beautiful, well above where she needs to be, showing off not only grace, but flexibility. Very well done.
Abigail Martin on the floor for Arizona and competing in the all-around, just a sophomore.
Opens things up, double pike. Runs out of it a little bit, fumbling with that lunge. Combination. There we go. Nice landing there on that front layout to front full. Showing off that presentation that we talked about earlier in her choreography and leaps. Gearing up for this last pass. It's a double tuck. Beautifully done. Very nice finish for Abigail, coming after Aubrey's 9.8. And take a look at this first pass. It's a double pike. And just holds on to her legs a little bit too long, so fumbles with that lunge. Leap combination there. But this double tuck, this is what you want to see, the landing and then right to the lunge.
Reminder, Arizona led by .325 entering this third rotation. Sarah Clark, the grad student, hoping to pursue a career as a doctor or physician assistant. Coming up on the beam here for Arizona State. Her beam routine is pretty special.
She has a way of doing beautiful gymnastics, but also not being afraid to risk and do difficult gymnastics. You saw that triple series, handspring layout.
Our head coach Jay Santos said she's especially good when she's not second-guessing on beam. What did he mean by that?
It's really easy to get in your head on balance beam. It's the hardest event in gymnastics. 4 inches wide, you're flipping, you're twisting, and you have to just be confident. You have to know for sure that what you're doing is right. You're gonna land on the beam, and if something happens, it happens, but once you start second-guessing, that's when the mistakes start. So you see, she's getting to her finishes quickly, showing me that she's confident in what she's doing. So I don't see any second guessing going on in this routine. Really well done. Not only did she do the difficult gymnastics, but she has such nice flow and rhythm in her beam routine. In this acro series, it's a back handspring, layout step out, right over the top. And a gainer full off the side, just a tiny hop on the landing. But again, they are not wanting to count a fall. So far, so good with Kimmy and Sarah.
Named to the Big 12 preseason team on beam for a reason. We'll see what they end up giving Sarah there right now. Again, trying to drop that 9.100 from Siga. And Emma Strom coming up on the floor now for Arizona. Brings a ton of energy to this event.
I don't think anyone in the crowd cannot watch this routine. It is so fun, and she's got some big tumbling here. 1.5 to layout step out. I love the way she just floats in that layout step out. Such a fun athlete. I don't think she stopped smiling this entire floor routine. Loves being out there in this floor lineup.
This is her favorite event.
Final pass for Emma. Beautifully done. 1.5 to front full. Finds that landing. She had a 9.925 last week. That might just match it. Would love to see Arizona get in the 9.8s right now. They only have 198 out of this floor lineup. But this 1.5 to layout step out, I mean, it's just pretty.
Direct quote from Emma, glitter makes everything better. There's kind of a glit and glam to this routine.
I couldn't agree more. And finishes with her combination, 1.5 to front full. Really well done.
Still smiling. Gotta love it. Now up on the beam, anchoring this lineup, Emily White trying to give it a good finish here in this third rotation for Arizona State.
Emily is beautiful on this event. Opens with her handspring layout step out. Aerial to beat jump. Again, every move is just so precise. Goes right into the next. Her dance just goes right into her elements. Good jump series there. Loses sight of the beam.
Has their best score on beam in back-to-back meets.
Dismount here. Really well done. And they needed that hit routine. Just goes to show she is a true competitor, a veteran competitor. She knows how to hit and when to hit. Take a look at this acro series. Handspring, layout, step out, pointed toes, legs pencil straight, and finishes with a 1.5. You saw that left leg just shuffle a little tiny bit, but really, really clean routine.
Emily Muller comes up to anchor the floor lineup for Arizona. Again, right now you would drop the fear score.
open things up. Double pike. Gorgeous landing. Has so much fun with this floor routine. Second pass, 1.5 front layout. Beautiful job. She's coming after Emma's 9.9, so set up for a big score here. Final pass, round of back handspring double tuck. Wow. What a finish for Arizona on this floor rotation. That was outstanding. Her team loves it.
We'll be looking at potentially back-to-back 9.9s to wrap it up.
Personally, yes. I absolutely think it should be a 9.9 or better.
Following up that energetic routine from Emma Strom, Emily Muller. We'll see what they end up giving her there. 3 rotations in the books now. It's been a tight meet to this point between these two in-state rivals. There's just a 0.4 difference between average scores on the season so far between these two teams. So we expected potentially a tight meet, and that is what we are getting. Still awaiting the Muller score. We welcome in Jay Santos now, the head coach for Arizona State. Well, Jay, expecting nothing less than a competitive tight meet between these two rivals. What are your impressions of it so far through 3 rotations?
I agree with you. It's a tight meet. I told them, everybody coming in, it's going to come down to who executes, who's got the details going on. So, I mean, I think that's really what's showing up. I think it's going to come down to exactly who can finish this meet the strongest, like who can really put 6 really great routines together on this last rotation.
Jay, you had a mistake on beam, but man, those last 3 competitors really brought it home. What did that mean to your team going into this 4th rotation?
It's huge. It obviously kept us alive. It kept us in the meet. You know, and it was really 3 strong routines. It wasn't just kind of survival mode up there. So really proud of how they handled that. Really proud of what they showed in that moment.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Go Devils.
Well, rotation number 3 in the books. We'll be back to talk more about it here in Tempe.
To the floor.